Good morning and welcome to day 28 of the Namparang Trail. Oh, excuse the noise, it was a busy road. I camped up in the trees in there. Yesterday was good, it was a tough day, but a lot of it was in the forest, which is beautiful. Up, down, over these neat bridges, and then a big up and around a mountain coming down. Surprisingly, my knees seem alright after coming down from that, which is pretty cool. So it was a good day. Campsite was alright. It was a little bit of a slope, but surprisingly I didn't actually slide. And today I've got another 1.5k to finish this section, and then I've got a 17.4 kilometre rated medium, and then a 14.1 kilometre rated hard, and that one looks like it's trails. It's way climbing way up high, so hopefully it's trail. The difficulty rating is what makes me hope it's trail. Another stunning day. This is a busy road, but thankfully it's a nice wide verge on the side. Alright, coming into the town where I hope there's a convenience store or a toilet so I can stock up on water. Right, into the town now. Oh, something smells really good. Alright, there it is. End of course. No, this is the start of course 33. I have finished course 34, so that's pretty cool. Oh, I like seeing where I'm going ahead. So yeah, so we're on farmland and then go up and over a hill, around the coast for a bit. This is going to be quite hilly around here. Little flat bit, more hilly, and then finishing off flat bit. So that'll be good. 17.5, 4.5 hours, and this is easy, but the trail note said medium. So we'll see. So these pedestrian crossings, unless they've actually got a light attached to them, the cars aren't giving way. So I just stand here, and this town is really busy. I just stand and wait, and then eventually make a dash for it. Good sized town, so at the convenience store I got a cheesy sausage and a coffee for breakfast. I've got my sushi ready, my gimbap ready for lunch, and I had a look in the Bakari Sweat. They had a 1.5 litre, and it was only, well, probably 70 New Zealand cents extra from the 500ml. So I got it, so all of my water things are full of Bakari Sweat, which is the electrolyte drink. Right, oh, this is busy. Robin made a comment. She said it's an adventure of pathways and snacks. Which is pretty accurate. There's definitely been a lot of eating on this, but that's the advantage of being on a trail where I'm near civilization, and I don't think I'm going to be losing as much weight as I have on previous trails, because I'm certainly eating a lot, but I'm enjoying trying all the different things. Right, turning off the busy road. Really struggling with the trail marking on this section. It is there, but I had to be looking really tightly just where they're placed instead of putting it on the lamppost, which is a more obvious place. You know, it's tucked away here, and quite a few of them have been like that, so I'm definitely having to pay a lot more attention to navigation now. This bird sitting on the corner of the fence, it's been attacking this cat. I went for it again. I wonder if it's got a nest somewhere around here, but yeah, it's really swooping down and going for the cat. Oh, this is pretty. There's actually a stream on the other side of these flowers. Oh, look at that. It's really hard to see with the sun. Looking ahead, and it's a dinosaur right there. Oh, those are brilliant. Really neat. Trail marking today is so frustrating. There's a ribbon here. Yeah, okay. But then there's nothing to show which way I go from here. I searched quite hard. There's nothing. it would be much better. We've got a post right here, one sticker here pointing the right way. So I'm having to stop and look at my map a lot more than normal. Hello beetle. 4K in, first hill of the day. At least it's got trees to shelter. The light posts are dinosaurs. Alright, top of the hill. I can see the sea again. We drop all the way back down to the flats. A village in a valley with trees tied up against everything. Not much room for crops, but beautiful with the trees everywhere. Funny thing is, if this is in New Zealand, there would be hiking trails, or running trails, or mountain biking trails through all of these trees. But there's very few trails. There's sort of animal tracks, which people obviously use to collect firewood as well. But there's not much. Oh, what's this? Ah, weaving. In many ways it's nice because the forests are just undisturbed, but lack of recreation opportunities. Lots of murals in this town, very colourful. Huge parking lot here for something. Yeah, lovely toilets. One of the things all of the toilets have been very clean. It's, yeah, very impressive. The lady that was cleaning the toilets was telling me, no, wrong way, go over that way. And it looked alright, but I looked at the map and this is the way that I'm meant to go, so obviously it's a much nicer hiking trail the way that she just said. Some peaceful in here. I'm just heading along the coast for a little bit now and climbing up. Got the map, so that was the toilets. I am here, so we're going to go up and over. Oh, we'll be in the trail for a bit, even more. Well, this looks like it's fun. Course all the way around. Lovely trail in here, very up and down. So the trail is stairs, and then I've got a little flat bit here, and then more stairs. Up, down, up, down. It's a dinosaur museum in there. And we're down, back down the stairs, and wrong way. There was no markers, and I took a guess. No, it was a different way. Okay, back at the intersection, so I am dropping down here. Now I have an arrow. That would have been a lot more helpful at the top of the stairs. We've got quite a bit of boardwalk going around. Tracks of four-legged plant-eating dinosaur. Sauropods can be seen here. Unfortunately, only at low tide. Here's a photo. Aww. You got the angle right now. I can see them through the water. I'm not sure what the camera's going to show, but you can see some depressions. Cute. This is a region bearing fossilised dinosaur tracks from the Cretaceous period. It's recognised worldwide both for the number and for the diversity of the fossils, which appear along the 6-kilometre long shoreline rock. Footprints can be found for long-legged plant-eating sauropods, 2 or 4-legged plant-eating ornithopods, meat-eating theropods, along with 2 kinds of bird tracks. There's about 2,000 dinosaur tracks have been found over 200 sedimentary layers. Oh, cool! Before coming here, I never thought of Korea as a dinosaur hotspot. Oh, beautiful day. Stunning. Like in his information sign, stratification is a horizontal band-like structure formed by deposition of sediments in layers. In this area, the alternation of black shale and light-coloured sandstone display nice stratification. So pretty much up there, all the different layers. Decorations along the seawall. Sorts of different scenes of dinosaurs. The rock piles along there. I remember in a trip I did to Iceland, our tour guide said that they hated when the tourists did that, and she asked us to knock them all down. So a couple of us took great joy in every single one we saw we took down. But I won't do it here because I'm not sure of the custom. When dinosaurs keep stepping over wet sediments before sediments become rocks, the surface of the sediment shows very rugged surface. This rugged surface is called a dinoturbation. Some scientists think the brown coloured rocks have a different area, and so we are looking in this area in here. Dino turbation, new word. Plant eating ornithopod tracks. Several trackways from plant eating ornithopods that walk side by side can be seen. The small dinosaurs with the footprints are only 32 metres long. Presence of co-occurring tracks suggests they walked as a group towards the northwest along the Paleo Lake shoreline, and you can see them really clearly. So there's one set of tracks going that way, and then there's another set of tracks that way. There's another one in there as well. Woo! Cool. Oh, these ones are clear down here. You can actually see the shape of the footprint. Few restaurants in this bay and a little cafe, shut. Toilets, showers. Nice little beach as well. Sangjokam. All the beaches and anywhere that there is water and wharves and that, all they have these emergency life jackets and instructions on CPR. Back onto the boardwalk. Wonder if we go all the way up to that viewing platform. Yep, I'm pretty sure we do. Stairs going up. More glass. Ooh, it creaks when you stand on it. Alright, wow. So I've come from that way, coming around. Through the forest, and you can't see much more. Cliffs down there. Alright, a rare flat section of trail. Those are neat rock formations over there. And up the hill and down the other side. This is just starting today. Really enjoying it. Back down to the seaside. It's Namparang Gill info. I can actually see if that's open. So I've come inside to have a look, and for the hikers there's free tea and coffee and water. Lockers, there's a whole lot of information about the trail, and a wonderful woman who's been very helpful. And they do tours, so they've got hiking sticks when they do the tours as well. There's a nice little rest break. The woman just wouldn't let me speak. She kept on trying to say things because we're using Google Conversation, and she kept on trying to give me things, and I was saying, I've already got the trail notes, thank you, I'm doing the whole course. And she was saying, you're on course 33. I said, yeah, I know, I'm doing the whole course. Oh, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. It's like, lady, listen to me, I have hiked. I'm well over halfway. But she was lovely. She pulled me in, because I just poked my head in to see what it was, and she pulled me in and sat me down and said, yeah, everything's provided by the area, so come and sit down and have a coffee and have a rest. I turned my data on just to have the conversation, and got a message from a friend that talking about Anzac Day. I was going, oh wow, completely lost track of what the date is, because I'm only working on my day number for the trail. I'm not bothering with date or day, doesn't really matter. So today is Anzac Day, so I'll find a nice peaceful spot, sit down and have a little reflection. Anzac Day, Anzac stands for Australian New Zealand Army Corps, and it started in World War I based on the tragedy that was the Gallipoli campaign, where huge amounts of soldiers were lost. It's now turned into the day of remembrance for veterans and those who sacrificed their lives, those that are still suffering from the effects currently from our more recent conflicts and wars. As a veteran myself, it's quite a poignant day for me, and especially I remember those of my contingent that we lost in Afghanistan, and those that are still suffering from the effects of Afghanistan. So yeah, I'll find a nice spot and have a little quiet time. Yeah, it's a lot of pots. Wrong way again. 300 metres back this way. This is really the worst marked section I have come across. I think I'm almost at the stage that every intersection I'm going to have to stop and check my map. I took a special care because I saw the ribbon and the thing, and it was a multi-way intersection, and so I looked closely, and there was no arrows anywhere over there, no blue arrows, but you see the red arrow up there, which is past the two roads, so that indicated that way. And also I turned back to check whether there's seen it from the other side, and that's from that way. Oh, frustrating. So heading down that road, the intersection, no marking at all. I've checked the map, I'm going this way. Different signposts because we're in a different region. Namparang trail, no distances. Definitely got an arrow and a ribbon there. But now where? GPX doesn't go that way. GPX goes this way. This is blocked off. No markings, no ribbons, absolutely no idea. I'm going to try this way because this is where the GPX goes. Okay, so I'm at the boat. There is a road going that way, nothing, and then there is a trail going straight ahead. It's a slightly overgrown trail, and it's got a ribbon, but not one of our ribbons. But this is where the GPX is saying to go, so I'm going to go this way. Back down to the water. I'll go straight ahead, but I'm curious about what all these things are in here. That statue looks like a female with a beard painted on it. It doesn't look like a guy. I know the dress is a guy, but okay, what's this about? A story about a giant, his wife and their two children, and the giant cut down a tree which is part of the government, and his wife was killed by the soldiers as punishment, and then he killed back, and then he started another lifestyle, fishing and a whole lot of other things. It's a really, really long story, but it's basically about a giant. That's just talking about the village and the produce they have here. And nothing's explaining what these are. I think they're just decoration. Alright, so I'm dropping down, follow the coast around to just out of sight, and then I head up into the hills. Watch out for deer. Annoying, noisy deer. I had a deer at my tent last night making that really weird noise again. Wouldn't shut up, I'd yell, and that would be silent for 10 minutes, and that would start up again. And they're not the quietest moving through the forest. Back to fish farms. I think this is shrimp or prawns. Aquacultural centre. Random beach umbrella. There's fields on that side. This town is unusual. It's quite a messy town. Rubbish and junk everywhere. So we're heading down the road, but we're going to go out to that island and do a loop around it and then continue on. So there's multiple floating platforms out here, and all of them have got down below them is the nets, and then a boat with a crane comes along, lifts the nets up onto the platforms where the guys then empty and process the catch. This is what they're like when they're all closed up. And it looks like oysters based on the shells and that. I think it's oysters. Yeah, so it's a whole lot of these discs which I assume the shellfish live on. Maybe it's not. No, it's not oysters, it's scallops. Alright, time to start my island loop. Yep, climbing up into the trees. Looks like this is going to be another up and down, and down. These aren't information boards, these are tourism things about things you can see in the area. There's a neat little island, low tide access. Right, my boardwalk. Off the boardwalk, now we've got some trail down from the path. So now I head back around to the tip of the island. So many plastic floats, and the villages that you go through have got these massive, huge bins full of plastic floats. So how do you get rid of it? Can they be recycled? Because there are just so many of them. Some of them look like they just need a wash and they'll be fine. And some of them, especially the polystyrene type ones, they just riddled through things eating their way in. But yeah, just a huge amount of wastage in the industry. You can see these things, they just get completely eaten away. Part of it is living things and part of it I'm assuming is the waves, but yeah, these things, they just line up and then they seem to get dumped. But they look like they're fine. I guess if they get a hole in them then they start sinking, they're no good anymore. Surely they can be repaired. I guess time wise, for someone to clean them and repair them, it's cheaper just to buy new ones and dump them. There's a shellfish out there. Right, 2k to go. Don't think we go that way. It looks like a dead end. So there's a road up here, I think we go out. Right, it is this road down here. Cat's making a noise, right. Yeah, dirt road. That's why I couldn't see it. It's hidden behind the nets. Yeah, now I found a ribbon. We're in the right place. On the seawall. See a convenience store. Alright, we do a little tour around the edge of the town and then we'll head back to the main road. There we go, the trail specifically wanted us to see this, so I should put it on camera. I'm turning just up here, back to the main road. There we go, that is the end of section... We've got both sections in one, end of section 32. So section 32 is 14.5 kilometres, estimated time of 5 hours, and difficult. Woohoo! Look forward to the difficult. Alright, now I'll head back to the main road. If there's a cafe I'll get a smoothie, if not I'll go to that convenience store. And I need to make sure I top up my water and I might have an extra lunch. It's back to the main road and I don't see any cafes, a few seafood restaurants, but last thing I feel like is seafood midday, so I shall go and have something from in here. Alright, that was good. Had a burger for lunch. I've still got a gimp, but I'll have that a bit later. The burgers have got the most calories out of anything that I can get. Resupplied with water. I've gone with Gatorade just for a different flavour from the Picari Sweat, and refilled water, so I am now good to go up and over the hill. Bus is blocking my arrow. Right. Oh, I was mentioning the calories of the burger is basically I'm needing around 3,000 calories a day to keep up with what I'm doing by walking as many hours as I do. Chocolate bars vary between 200 and 250, so that burger is 586 calories, so 2.5 chocolate bars and one quite easy to manage snack, so that's why I'm having the burgers when I can. And they're yummy too, not bad for microwave burgers. The very first one I had almost tasted like a McDonald's Big Mac. The others are various flavours. They come in pork and chicken and beef. Assuming all the cow manure has been placed there ready to spread through the fields. It's a fancy town centre or town hall. 119. Not sure if it's rescue or just fire and ambulance. And right, we go through this part of the town. It's a little bit more modern. I think that's a school over there. A lot of the schools have the athletics tracks, which is pretty impressive. Right. I think in the city I lived in, population 300,000, and we had a high school 1,800 pupils. We didn't have an athletic track. In fact, no school had an athletic track. There was one athletic track in the entire city. We just had grass marked as athletic tracks. At least once we've got an arrow as well as the ribbon, but the direction of the arrow could be either way. I've checked the map already and it's this way. That's cool. The village has got a little map of the village. Hakdong village. Village established in the 1680s by pioneering the natural wasteland at the time through the settlement of incoming families, through the will of descendants and residents. Please come to the village with its beautiful old walls mixed with traditional Korean houses and campus flowers. Find joy in your heart through the sights in our past. And wow, that's impressive. That is a village with good marketing. The old walls of Hakdong village were presumably built around 1680 when Cho Hyang Tae of the Jeonju Choi clan settled in this area and established the village. The walls form winding alleys between the various properties of the village. High walls built with clay and 2 to 3 centimetre thick flat stones from nearby mountain. Stone foundation of the houses in the village made a similar way to create a harmonious landscape. Some of the wealthy families in the village created holes in the old walls surrounding their properties to pass food to needy people. The village was named Hakdong, meaning crane village, because the topography of this village can be interpreted according to the Korean feng shui principles of a crane sitting on eggs. Cool. Oh wow, that is pretty. Gorgeous tree. Stormwater covers of the little dinosaur. Wow, this is really a gorgeous village. You can see why they had that fancy sign at the start. Oh yeah, now I can see the construction of the houses. Clay and the wood. Is that one of the rich people holes? So about to poke my head into this house. This is the head house of the Jeonju Choi clan. It's passed down through the success of the family lineage, built at the end of the 17th century, and the descendants still live in the house. The complex includes men's quarters, women's quarters, storehouse, shrine. Not going to go all the way in if there's people still living there. Wow, it's gorgeous. This is a lodging house. Slightly less fancy than the nobleman's house lodging next door, but still interesting. Better example of the hole where the rich would put food through for the poor. Yeah, that was really neat. These are obviously part of the town that's now been abandoned as all of the towns are shrinking. That last little place where I had lunch, had lots and lots of empty shops. Oh right, nearly into the trees. So there's no signs or anything on this junction. However, that lamppost way over there, I can just make out what I think is a blue arrow. I saw those arrows and I assumed that meant we go that way, but I've double checked my map and no, it means we go that way. It's like someone has just slapped arrows without actually thinking what direction people are coming from. Ooh, this could be trail. Oh, this is looking like trail. Oh, neat bamboo in here. Right, heading quite tight to these burial mounds. Not having markers is fine when you're in the streets, but not when you're in the forest. I think we keep heading uphill. We'll try this one. Yep. Right. Oh, it's been steep. Trail's a bit easier to follow in the forest, a bit easier to see where it is. Oh, it's a good climb. I'm out of practice for proper climbing hills, not the soft climbing up roads. I would not want to be going down that. Oh, that is really, really steep. past two guys when I had a sketch pad, like contour lines with things on it. The other guy's got surveying equipment, so I'm guessing they're surveying the hill, probably surveying all the burial mounds, because there's quite a few. Oh, still climbing. Can't remember if I've shown you these or not. These are pretty. Some of these burial mounds are not in great condition. Oh, still climbing. Right. Yeah, a little rest. Slightly easier, but to the final push up to the top. Ooh, it is hard. I'm absolutely drenched with sweat. Out onto the road. Oh, that was so fun. Oh, I love that. Hard work. But, that was good. True tramping. Signpost there. No other trail markings, so I've checked the map. And come on this way. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, it's gorgeous. Woohoo. Got a cute little shelter here. Unlike that steep climb, which is really hard work and you really know that you're gaining altitude, this sort of climbing, you're still making steady height, but it doesn't feel very hard. I'm barely puffing. Way over there must be a monastery or a temple. It looks like a giant gold statue of Buddha. Couple of fighter jets going overhead. Not something you get in New Zealand very often. New Zealand Air Force doesn't have fighter jets anymore. We got rid of them back in the I think it was late 90s, early 2000s. On the stumps it looks like this is pine forest, but it's been replanted back in a different variety of trees, not just pine trees. Oh, not often I get to see nearly uninterrupted wilderness. Ignore the power lines and ignore the cut trees. So another hiker, day pack, he seemed in a hurry. I opened up my pack to get some snacks and I heard this buzzing noise. I started taking things out and then narrowed it down to my tent. So I had to open up my tent all the way and it was a bee. And it had survived and it was right in the middle, so it had survived. I roll my tent pretty tightly and then it goes in the bag. It had survived, been rolled up and then stuffed into my pack, pressed down on my pack, and I'm not sure if it just stayed still, but when I opened the pack it started buzzing. Wow, that is one hardy bee. That poor bee is going to be so confused trying to find its way back to its hive. So I'm at 28 kilometres since the poor thing got packed up. I am at 473 metres, which I think is the high point. Oh, I see a big city down there. Oh, this is nice. This is pure shade just come around the hill. Now it's beautiful. Ooh. Beautiful. Oh, that was fun. We're leaving the forest now. Now we do the drop down in the open through the fields. I saw a hiker just ahead. Unfortunately, that gets my competitive spirit. I have to catch and overtake, even though it's a guy probably half my age. Here we go. I'm safe. He's going to his car. Must have just been out for a day hike. Oh yeah, I really enjoyed that up in the forest. The yellow bins have been about every 500 metres and they are full of these blue bags which are full of sand. So I think it's for winter, for traction if it's icy. Also every now and again, sort of every 100 metres, there's also a pile of those blue bags just sitting beside the road. Oh, this is a long hill. Oh, hard on the knees. Not the signs. Slow down. Pristine yurtish thing. Big motel in there. Big dam in here. About 1 kilometre to get to the main road and then 1.5 k to get to the end of the course. Yeah, you've got an on-demand pedestrian crossing. I'm at the main road now, about to cross over, and it looks like we've got footpath all the way up. Dinosaurs on the bus stop. There we go. section, oh, that's a faded map. Section 32 is done. That was a really fun but challenging one. And on a road, little road beside the really busy road. See lots of trees ahead. Road's run out, but we're crossing over to the other side of the road. Obviously there's something on there. Right, we're now leaving. We're going up above the road, so I'm in trees, so I just got to find flat. Eventually up there. Perfect. Not a lot of head height, but looks flattish. I did end up climbing quite a bit to get up, but I got up to the spur line and found one for some reason really flat bit. It's pretty small, it's pretty tight. I've got little saplings all around me. I've been very careful to get in between, but it just fits, so yay!